Previously on Shadows of the Mind. Her thoughts raced. Call for help. Check on them. What if they were dead? What if she went to jail? Her career and life, built at just 23, would be over. Mia froze, but remembered the TV shows and movies she had seen and her mantra about holding people accountable. Therefore, she picked up her cell phone and made the call that would ease her conscience and set her free. The restaurant was quiet, with soft background noise as Mia sat alone. She had a bad habit of talking to herself when she got confused, and tonight was no exception. October 3rd, she muttered, as if to clear the thought. Her phone buzzed, pulling her back to reality. She picked it up and read the YouTube notification. Congrats from YouTube on your milestone since October 3rd, 2020. Her eyes widened. At this point, she was invited to a trendier spot that required her to have a hipper look. As she walked to her car, she lit her cigarette, feeling at ease now that she had solved the puzzle of the reminders she had received over the past few days. Finally, everything about October 3rd, 2020 made sense. Sitting in her car, she was about to engage in her usual plan for the evening, recording a customary video for her YouTube channel about her night out. But this time, she decided to speak directly to a special audience, someone who needed to hear the truth.
Hey, this isn't for my usual audience. This is for you, those who decided to play this movie on YouTube. I need to tell someone the truth. No distractions. Let's get real. I want to take you back to the night in 2020. Here is what happened. I got out of the car and checked on her. I decided not to call the police. After all, I performed my civil duty to check on her, but she wasn't moving. So I ran to the trunk, grabbed an old sweatshirt, and hurried back. Still no movement. Eventually, I dragged her off the road. The cleanup was a mess. I learned years later she was just some undocumented person, someone no one cared about. The rain mixed with the blood, making it worse. I tried to scrub it away, but it wasn't working. I ran back to the car, shaking, and in my panic, I put the car in reverse instead of drive. Once I got it together, I drove off and found the nearest spot to wash up. I told myself, it's an accident, it wasn't my fault. And then I left. For weeks, I blocked it out. But deep down, I knew better. That's why I recorded a message for myself. A reminder. I said, hearing this means you've tried to forget. Then I programmed it to send me the recording every October 3rd. I ignored those messages for 5 years, pushing them aside.
Now back in the present day tonight, sitting in her car after leaving the restaurant, the memories came rushing back to Mia. The milestone, the date, the rain, the body. It was as though the universe had decided it was time for her to face it, whether she wanted to or not. This was why she decided to make her confession. Not for closure, not for guilt, just so the truth could finally be told. To Mia, it was simply a story, nothing more, nothing less. As the night went on, Mia sat in her car talking to her boyfriend, asking him how his trip was and sharing a few details about her YouTube plans. But then, she heard a loud thud. This wasn't the sound of a car door shutting. It was something else entirely. As she talked with him, something opened her door slightly, although she could not see anyone. Panic set in. As Mia's boyfriend's voice rose through the phone, telling her to calm down, Mia's voice trembled as she whispered, "Something's wrong." The last thing she heard was her boyfriend shouting for her location before everything went silent.